Hi, welcome back. We will continue looking at the basic procedures in SAS, and today we'll be talking about Proc Print. And in order to set up the input data for Proc Print, I'm going to download the HMEQ data from this URL, which we have seen before in the prior videos, so nothing has changed there. And then I'm going to sort that data, HMEQ data, by region, descending state, city, and store that output in HMEQ sorted. So if you're not familiar with how proc sort works, please go and look at the previous video. Okay, so my now input data HMEQ is ready to go. This is we are going to talk about proc print, and proc print is used to print the information in your data sets, observations, variables, and it has several options and optional statements that are available, and we'll talk about those today. So the simplest form of proc print is proc print data equal to, that's the keyword, followed by the name of the data set, HMAQ, and then I say run. Okay, run indicates the end of any procedure or data step. So this is a big data set, so it might take a minute to run. Okay, so this is actually good. It says the size of the results is greater than 3 MB. Insufficient memory could cause performance problems or an error. Do you want to display the results anyway? It's no big deal. I don't really want to see the data. I just wanted to show you proc print. And this is good. So I'm going to say don't display. Um, so we've not seen the display. Maybe we can subset. Maybe we only want to see the information for a specific state. So I can use the where statement in proc print and subset the data saying state equal to Virginia. So if I print this, I'm sure it's going to print because it's much smaller for Virginia compared to the all of the United States. So these are all the columns starting from bad all the way through region. And you see only for the state of Virginia because I subset the information based on the state of Virginia, and it's printed all of that. And the interesting thing to note here is this OBS column that's being printed is actually not part of the data set. It's SAS by default prints that OBS column, and it displays the row number from which this record came in the data set, the row number of this record in the data set. Okay, so I can also, so we subsetted the rows and said only state of Virginia. I can also limit the number of rows overall that's being read and printed. So this is actually a data set option which we had seen before, OBS equal to 25, and it's applying to the data set. So this is not specific to proc print. You can apply this to other procedures as well. So I'm now adding on top of the state of Virginia, I'm saying OBS equal to 25. So it's only going to show me 25 records for the state of Virginia. Okay, all right. And now we also saw the dataset option keep equal to in procsort. And because it's a data step option, dataset option, it can be applied to the dataset in procprint as well. So to use and subset the columns to region, state, city, and loan. So you see OBS is automatically printed. Loan, city, state, and region is being printed here. And I can Another way to do it is using the var statement within procprint to tell procprint what variables you want procprint to print, to include in the output. So here we go. I said region, state, city, and loan. And now you're going to see not only did it keep those things, but it's showing you in the order in which you requested. Whereas when you say keep equal to, it still maintains the original order in the data set. Whereas here, it's printing it in the order in which I requested on the var statement. So that makes var statement better in my opinion. Um, Now, I mean, seeing this OBS is okay, but I don't want to see it all the time. Maybe I want to suppress it. You can use the no obs option in procprint to suppress that OBS column from being printed in the output. So now I didn't subset the columns, but you don't see the OBS equal to here. because I used no obs in that. Okay, no obs option in my proc print. And also in here, next we're going to talk about format statement. Format statement is used to format the output. So instead of seeing just numbers being printed for loan and mod due, I want to format it in the dollar format. So I'm saying $12.12, 12.2, which is gonna, when you print that, now you see this dollar signs show up, and then there's commas, and then there's a dot and two decimal points. So when you're seeing dollar values, the dollar format is really good to look at it, and to apply the format, you use the format statement in proc print. Next, um, you can also create sum values at the bottom. So if you want to create totals at the bottom um, of your print statement, so I said sum, loan, mod due, and value. So at the bottom of this, now I am able to see loan, mod due, and value. And you can see here that the format's been applied to the loan, which is showing okay. But in mod due, the commas are missing, but the dollar is there. That's a bit weird. And the reason for that is here I said $12.2. Okay, that 12 is the total length of that value that I'm displaying, including the dollar sign, including the commas, and including the period and the decimal points, everything included. That's the total length. So, and I don't have enough fields to display all of it. So if I increase that to 14.2, I think it's going to show me everything that I want to see here. So I've adjusted the format. Now I'm able to see the commas in mod due as well, the mortgage due column. Okay. Next, I want to talk to you about the by statement. Remember, we talked about the by statement in proc sort yesterday. You're telling SAS how to sort your information. And even here, if you go up to the top, I've sorted HMEQ by region, descending values of state and city, and that's what I've stored in the HMEQ sorted output. Okay, so the that's the by statement, and I'm now telling proc print to print by region. Okay, um, and I want to show both of these outputs side by side, or top and bottom. So one without the by statement and one with the by statement, and let's see how it looks different. Okay, so the first one on top is without the by statement, and it's printed the regular old table that we saw in the beginning. And the one in the bottom was by region, right? So what's happened here is that all of the table is the same, except the region column from here, which was there before in the table, has moved to the top. It creates the table for each distinct value of your by variables. That's all that does. And it's created now a region equal to Midwest and the information there. If this also had information for South, it would say region equal to Midwest, press the information, region equal to South, and print the table for the South. Okay, so that's how that's different. Then I can also include the sum for each of those by groups. So when I'm saying here in my by group region and descending state, and I'm asking for 200 observations, hopefully that will give me more than one state in that region. And you will see that each of these distinct values of the by group is now going to have sums at the bottom. Okay, so now you see region is Midwest state because I asked by group, by region, and descending state. It's moved out of the table and to the top. Okay, and then if I scroll to the bottom, you're going to see that for that group, I have a sum because I've asked for sum for this. And the same thing for region is Midwest and state is South Dakota. I see that region is Midwest and state is Ohio. I see the bottom values. Then I also see sum by the region. So for the distinct value of region, in this case for the Midwest, I'm seeing sums. Okay, so it does the sum at every level, not just the the leaf level, it does it at the parent level of the leaf as well. That would be region in this case. Okay, um, so we saw the OBS column being automatically included in the SAS proc print output. I can actually use any other column I want instead of OBS. So uh, in that output, the first row, if you will, the first column, if you will, and that you do it by including the ID statement. And I want to say I want to print the state in that ID statement in the first column. So if I run it like that, I'm now going to see in the first column instead of OBS, remember OBS was giving all the observation numbers in blue. Now I see the state values. Okay, you can put any value you want in the ID statement. Okay, and finally, I can add some styles to my table. Okay, this is something that I don't think many people know about this. And when I show this to people, they are always taken aback by the, so I didn't know that Proc Print could do this. So here I'm saying style the header, which is the topmost column, and then topmost row with all the header information. I'm saying make it the font style is italic, and then I want a background color of black, and the font should be white, which is the foreground color. And for the data, which is all the values that I'm printing, I'm saying background color is light blue and foreground color is purple. So let's run that and see what it looks like. Okay, wow. So that's not bad. I mean, I could probably use better colors, but this is better than a plain vanilla output that you normally see. Um, I can also add title and footnote um, to my output. Okay, so title is a global statement, footnote is also a global statement. I'm just adding that so that instead of not having anything up top at the bottom, I can actually now see title and footnote, and I put all of the things that we learned so far in proc print section together. So this is all bringing all together. So the title, loan data for Virginia, and it's I asked by region, state, and city, so it's printing one for each of them. And the footnote, I said use image HMEQ public data. And you can see here, I said sum, and so it's showing me sum for the variables that I requested. And I also said in my variable statement, I want city, loan, mortgage, and value. It showed me that. And here at the bottom, because I requested for sum, it's not only showing the sum for my leaf level values, it's showing me for the higher level values, in this case, sum of the city from here, and then sum of the state of Virginia for all of it, and then sum of the region, which is Midwest. So it's showing me all of the information that I requested. So that brings us to the end of proc print. Happy programming, and we'll see you in the next lesson.